Did you know that the Bible holds secrets that the wealthy have used for centuries to build their fortunes? What I'm about to reveal won't just change how you see faith, but also how you manage your finances. For centuries, many have believed that wealth and spirituality don't mix. But what if I told you that biblical principles not only don't oppose financial success, but are actually the foundation of many strategies modern millionaires use today? And before we dive deeper, make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more tips that could be the key to securing your financial success. Stick around because by the end of this video, I'll reveal a shocking truth that could unlock the abundance God has already prepared for you. The Bible, though many people don't realize it, is full of profound principles that can guide us toward a life of abundance. These principles aren't just religious words, they are practical instructions that have transformed lives for generations. But here's the most surprising part. Most people don't apply them because they don't truly understand their power. In Proverbs 13:11, we find a crucial lesson. Wealth gained dishonestly will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. This verse isn't just a warning against quick riches. It's a manual for building sustainable wealth. Here's the game-changing question. Why do the wealthy focus so much on patience and financial discipline? Because they've learned that money that comes quickly also disappears quickly. It's the wealth that grows steadily that truly creates freedom. Another powerful example is Matthew 25:29. For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them. What does this really mean? Many interpret it as inequality, but in reality, this verse speaks to the power of an abundance mindset. Those who recognize and value what they have, no matter how small, open the doors to greater blessings. Now, imagine if you could shift your perspective to focus on multiplying what you already have. What kind of opportunities could you attract? But there's more. Proverbs 22:7 says, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." This verse doesn't just describe a financial reality. It challenges us to take action. Debt doesn't just limit your finances, it limits your freedom. Did you know that one of the most common habits among successful people is avoiding unnecessary debt? This biblical principle calls us to take control and break free from financial chains. And if you're wondering how to take that first step to transform your relationship with money, I want to mention something important. There are tools designed to help you align with the frequency of abundance and break patterns that block your prosperity. If this resonates with you, I've left more information in the first comment so you can explore it when you're ready. Now, here's the most fascinating part. These aren't just ancient lessons. Great entrepreneurs have applied these principles to build modern empires. For example, Sam Walton, the founder of Walmart, lived by the premise that hard work, honesty, and generosity are the foundation of any lasting success. Walton didn't just build one of the world's largest companies. He also understood the importance of giving back to the community, aligning with the principle of sowing and reaping. But here's something few people know. Dave Ramsey, the personal finance guru, bases his entire system on Romans 13:8. Let no debt remain outstanding. Ramsey teaches that financial freedom begins with eliminating debt and managing resources wisely. Now imagine this. What would you do if you had no debt? How would your life change if every dollar you earned worked for you and not for a lender? The power of these principles isn't just in understanding them, it's in applying them. What's coming next will show you how to integrate these teachings into your daily life so you can live not just with abundance, but with purpose. This is the next step toward complete transformation. How to apply biblical principles to your finances. Now that we've explored the biblical foundations of prosperity, it's time to put them into action. Because, as we've mentioned, understanding these principles isn't enough. You need to apply them. Here are concrete steps to start transforming your financial life by aligning it with these timeless teachings. 1. Consistency. The power of gathering little by little. The principle in Proverbs 13:11 reminds us that lasting wealth isn't built overnight. This concept invites us to move away from the get-rich-quick mindset and focus on the power of gradual progress. To apply it, start by establishing a basic financial habit, disciplined saving. For example, set aside 10% of your monthly income in an account dedicated exclusively to investments. This isn't just an exercise in discipline, it's an act of faith. Every dollar you save and manage wisely becomes a seed that, over time, will bear fruit. Did you know that many of today's millionaires attribute their success to consistency and compound interest? This biblical principle reflects the same logic. The key is patience and believing in the process. Second, generosity, the law of giving to receive. Luke 6:38 tells us, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over." This teaching is one of the most powerful and most underestimated principles in the modern world. Generosity not only benefits others, it has a transformative impact on the giver. When you give, whether through tithing, charity, or helping someone in need, you're planting energy that inevitably returns to your life. But the key is to give with intention. It's not about giving out of obligation or expecting something in return, but about aligning yourself with a mindset of abundance. Great leaders like Sam Walton understood this. His focus wasn't just on building a billion-dollar company, but also on giving back to the community. This practice didn't just make him prosperous, it made him respected and remembered. You can start small. Donate a portion of your income, support a cause that inspires you, or simply help someone in need. That action, no matter how small, can open doors you can't even imagine. 3. Financial freedom. Break the chains of debt. Proverbs 22:7 teaches us, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." This verse calls us to reflect on debt and the price we pay for it. Living in debt doesn't just limit your financial possibilities, it puts you in a position of constant dependence. To free yourself from this slavery, start by evaluating your current debts. Prioritize paying off those with the highest interest rates and avoid taking on unnecessary new debts. An essential step is learning to live within your means. This doesn't mean depriving yourself of what you need, but being mindful of how you use your resources. Think about this. Every time you eliminate a debt, you're freeing yourself not just financially, but emotionally and mentally as well. Dave Ramsey, the personal finance guru, bases his system on this biblical principle. His philosophy of owe no one anything has helped millions take back control of their financial lives. You can do it too, starting with small steps. Align your faith with your finances, the true path to abundance. One of the biggest mistakes many people make is separating their faith from their financial decisions. They believe money is purely material, while spirituality belongs to a completely different realm. However, the Bible teaches us something radically different. Money isn't just a resource, it's a spiritual tool. What we do with it reflects our priorities, beliefs, and trust in God. When you understand that your relationship with money is directly connected to your faith, you begin making more conscious decisions. The fundamental principle here is faithful stewardship. In Luke 16:10, Jesus says, "Whoever is faithful with very little will also be faithful with much. And whoever is dishonest with very little will also be dishonest with much." This verse invites us to reflect. How are you managing the resources you already have? Whether you have a lot or a little, the key is to demonstrate faithfulness in every decision. And faith also calls us to trust that God will provide. But this trust shouldn't be mistaken for inaction. In the parable of the talents, Jesus shows us that the resources we're given aren't meant to be buried or hidden out of fear, but to be multiplied. This requires faith, but also effort, strategy, and vision. You can't expect blessings to arrive if you're not willing to work for them. Furthermore, aligning your faith with your finances means understanding that money isn't an end in itself, but a means to achieve a greater purpose. In Matthew 6:33, Jesus says, "Seek first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you." This verse reminds us that prosperity isn't just about accumulating wealth, but about using it to support our spiritual goals, help others, and build a life that reflects the values of God's kingdom. Take action today. We've walked a profound path, from fundamental biblical principles to practical strategies for applying them in your daily life. But the most important thing is this: don't let this knowledge remain theoretical. The abundance you seek begins with a decision to change your mindset, act with purpose, and align your finances with your faith. Imagine for a moment what your life would look like if you managed to apply these principles in every decision. What would you do with more financial freedom? How could you impact those around you by managing your resources wisely? The answer is in your hands. And before you go, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Here, we share content designed to help you transform your relationship with money and unlock your full potential. Plus, don't miss our next video, where we'll explore practical habits that can make you rich in just 6 months, based on the teachings of Warren Buffett. Click now and keep learning. Remember, knowledge is power, but only if you apply it.